Now let's go into our first video and talk about how we're gonna replace the synonyms that we have in our text data. In the last process, we already have one list with all the words from the text data, which can help us to recognize all the synonyms and the similar words from the data. And here, for example, we have the Uzelle and U-Linie. They are in German, actually means the same. So we gotta write them into the replace list, which means that we gotta replace all the U-Zelle with U-Linie. It is then positive for the data analysis step. Here I gotta explain a little bit why we are going to do it manually but not automatically. There are mainly two reasons. The first reason is for this kind of decision-making process in the production, we want to provide only the correct information to the user, to the workers and managers. So we only do the replacement based on the expert knowledge. So if the production people said it means the same thing, we will change them. Otherwise, we will not, like, based on their features or based on something else, change them. It is kind of dangerous for the production. And the second reason is, like in the production, we also don't have a lot of the text data, so it is also hard for us to train the data sets for synonyms or for the similar terms. We still have to do them with rule-based method. Okay, after this step, we can like do the pre-processing again, but with the replacement. The difference between this function and the function that we have already mentioned in the last video is we're gonna now also replace the semantically similar terms here, so that we can have the better data set for the next step. Yep. One thing I need to mention here is the process that we mentioned, that we talked about in the last video. We don't have to do it to every process. It is just one process which help us to get a replace list. So if we already have the replace list for our production or for this process, we can directly execute the definition. We can directly execute the function here onto the original data and to get a data set for the next step. And now I will go through each step in the code so you can see the result of each process. First of all, we have to define the replace list. Then we can define the function here with the replacement. And to the next, we just execute them to the original data. And finally, we can get the data set. Like all the synonyms were changed and cleaned. And now we finally have the data set for the final step.